Good morning. Happy Tuesday, FlossTube. Hello, crafty friends. How's everybody doing today? Welcome back. My name's Caroline. Today is February 20th, 2024, and I'm recording here in London, Ontario, Canada. Welcome back. And if you're new, welcome. This is going to be a sort of vlog style video today. I've got a very busy work day today here at the Evertote workshop, and it is also day 7 of our Salentine's stitch along, and I had to finish this weekend, so I gotta show this to you first. I've just had this on my scroll rods. I've just removed it because I'm actually going to use the top half of my fabric for the next chart in this series. I finished. Look, this is the Honey Thief by my friend Ellen, Maximum Cross Stitch. This is the Honey Thief. I finished it this weekend. It was so fun to stitch. All of these little bumblebees, check out how cute they are. So cute, and these colors are beautiful. Beautiful. Like maybe one of the service vehicles, emergency vehicles, was trying to get through some traffic and there was a lot of short, sharp sirens. So I will cut part of whatever out so that you're not blasted in your earphones if you're wearing headphones today. So the Honey Thief, I'm gonna bring it up nice and close so that you can see all of those amazing bumblebees. I saved most of them until the last to stitch, kind of like saving the best part of your meal. Do you do that? Do you eat all the stuff that's not your favorite first and then you save what's your favorite for the last, or do you eat a small portion of everything on your plate all like in one bite so that you get a mix? Just me? I like to save a little bit of my favorite thing for the very end. So I saved those bumblebees to the very end, and they were so fun. And the very last thing I attached were the ropes from the bear's mouth to the bee scap, and they are just loose. 3 gigantic stitches all the way from the bear's mouth all the way to the bee scap. And of course I do plan on framing this, so they will be nice and stretched when it's framed. So ta-da! So this, of course, if you've been here for a while, you know that I have a shop model of this piece right there. And if you look up just a little bit, you'll see it's a monkey, the Pineapple Thief, and that's the one I want to stitch next. So these are shop models that were stitched by the designer, Ellen, and I have to give these back to her at some point, and I wanted them for myself because I just love these charts. So a finish, hooray! I have Hibernation Day downstairs, fully framed. Cannot wait to show it to you. So later today, I'm gonna show and share that with you. It'll only seem like a few seconds to you probably because, well, the magic of editing things together. So next I'm going to go downstairs and serge these two pieces because I don't know when I'm going to get to having this framed. Probably not until much later, when I've got, there's a third one, there's the Pumpkin Thieves as well, which are 2 birds stealing pumpkins. I don't think I can fit both on this piece because I won't have a 3-inch border. And I do want a nice border of this linen when I have it framed. So they'll probably sit in my finishing pile for a while. It is 40 count porcelain linen, and I used the called for Roxy Flossco flosses. All right, I also have a lot of email to answer today. So I'm gonna do that first, then I'm gonna serge my fabric, and I'll be back in a little while to show you Hibernation Day. Because I have a favor to ask.
Yeah.
Could you serge these for me?
Yes.
Isn't that cheeky of me?
Oh,
I know. Look at that. Thank you.
It's so cute.
I love it. So yeah, I cut it in half, and I'm going to prep the other piece for the Pineapple Thief.
Yeah, that's a cutie.
See, you're pretty quick with that serger.
Thank you. It's years long practice.
Yeah.
And you have to say it's a good serger.
It's
too.
yes, it's a good serger.
Look how he drags the
Beautiful.
behind, huh?
I know.
That's really good.
Thank you,
So,
Daniel.
You're welcome. Here's that other half.
So, I told them I would show them Hibernation Day. Bring it downstairs here because there was the perfect wall for it. So, are you ready?
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Beautiful.
Doesn't it look nice?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, Neil did such a beautiful job on the
And
framing.
look at all those colors.
I know. It's gorgeous. So, 28 count panettone. Luna, you're not supposed to be in here. Oh, she's cheeky. With, she's coming to tell you it's lunchtime. With my own Roxy Floss Co. floss conversion. Done. And it's now hanging here at the workshop.
Great job.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased. I have been answering emails for hours, so I needed to take a break. So I thought it would be a perfect opportunity to check in with you guys. Have a little break for my eyes from the computer screen. Yesterday here in Ontario was a holiday. It was Family Day, which is a statutory holiday here. I know other provinces across Canada also have Family Day, but not every province. And so those of you who were lucky to have a day off yesterday, hope you enjoyed it. We had a great day. We went for a walk and I did lots of stitching and went to bed early. It was really, really nice. And I did complete my stitching for the day. So this would have been day 6 Salentine stitching. I made a little boo-boo. So you can see here, I stitched the vase yesterday with the heart and I mixed up my colors. So the vase should have been the lighter color, which is Oink, and the heart up top should have been my raspberry puree. And I was fully complete. I had fully completed the bottom vase when I realized what I'd done, and I didn't want to rip it out. I didn't want to rip it out. It was later in the day, and I thought, you know what? I like it, so why would I rip it out? It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have. There's only 3 colors in this design. You can't go too far wrong. So in case you're wondering, yeah, it's the other way around. So there's the chart. You can see that's how it's supposed to look, and mine's swapped around, but no biggie. Okay, so my, where was I? I got distracted elsewhere, and so now I have to try and remember what I told you and what I didn't tell you. So today is day 7 of our Salentine, and I am going to be going in and stitching the reindeer. Lots of days I have time during the workday to fit in a little bit of stitching here and there, but because yesterday was a holiday and today is kind of like my Monday. My Mondays are always the busiest day because there's always a lot of email to catch up on, a lot of shop admin stuff to catch up on, things that happened over the weekend that need a course correction or an answer, checking in on all of the, there's a lot of various social media, you know, if somebody messaged me on Instagram or Facebook, and making sure they're really easy to miss. So I have to try and remember to check in with those things. So Monday, there's not usually a lot of time to take a coffee break and fit some stitching in. So I probably won't get to putting my stitches in for the day until tonight when I get home. And it's usually a later night on my first day of the work week. It's usually a later night before I get home. So by the time I actually get into my stitching chair tonight, I'm not sure that I'm going to get both of those reindeers done. reindeer, but I'm going to try. But if I don't get them done today, I will finish them tomorrow and add in a few extra stitches tomorrow to make up for that. Because yesterday's stitching was only 176 stitches, but I've been ahead all along on all of my other stitch counts. So I'm still feeling really good about my progress. Things are progressing the way they should. Still on track to finish this piece in a month. So, okay, so yeah, reindeers are up next. But I'm loving it. Those of you who are stitching it along with me, I hope that you're enjoying it as well. It's really, you know, I always enjoy Jacob's charts. They're just really such a pleasure to stitch. So question, I have a question that maybe somebody can answer for me. If anyone out there has stitched Teresa Kogut's Pet All the Dogs, I'll show you the chart. This one, Pet All the Dogs. This is charted for 35 count linen 1/2. And I'm wondering if anyone has stitched this design with 2 strands of floss, 2/2. Normally when here at Evertote, when we do conversions, if we have the stitch count per color, we can know how many skeins of floss we need for 1/2 versus 2/2. But there's no stitch count in here, and I've had a customer ask how much floss they think they'll need, and I'm not confident with this one because there's only 10 colors, and I can look at it and I can think, well, you're probably going to need 2 skeins of this and maybe 2 skeins of that, but one of the colors you need 2 skeins for 1/2. Which doesn't always mean that you'd need 4 skeins for 2/2. You might only need 3. Oh, it's a day of interruptions. My daughter called when I was recording that last little bit on the Pet All the Dogs. So just in case I didn't finish my thought, I'm just wondering if anyone has stitched this 2/2, and if you happened to make notes on how much floss you needed. That's all. If you did, and you know, could you email me, Caroline@evertote.ca, if you're so inclined? I would appreciate it. So, yeah, it's such a good chart. Well, because you're stitchers and you'd understand. I have been speaking with both Jeanette Douglas and Teresa Vanette of Shakespeare's Peddler. She is Kitten Stitcher on YouTube. I've been speaking with both of those women about doing retreats here in Canada, in Brampton, Ontario, in the same location that we use for our Stitch North venue. So Jeanette Douglas, we're going to be, none of these have been, I've booked the dates with the hotel, but registration's not live or anything like that. I'm telling you about it because I want to show you this chart, but a little bit of back info because, well, I find it slightly surreal that I get to speak with these people, these very talented people, as part of my job. It's a real pleasure and an honor that I get to talk to these people, and you know, I just, they're so nice. They're so nice, and it's really hard not to feel just a little bit, you know, a little bit of a fangirl moment when you talk to these people. So Teresa Vanette, I've ordered some of her charts. They're going to be going in the shop over the next couple of months. But this one in particular, this one caught my eye. I've had my eye on it for a while. So it is one of the ones that's going to be coming in, but I dug through the box of charts and I had to pull it out because Carrie, my friend Carrie, who's the dyer of Roxy Floss, she's been showing me all kinds of charts that she wants to start, and you know, we tend to egg each other on a little bit. And so she shared this picture of a huge, beautiful sampler, a Reflect de Soie sampler. And I said, you know, I have something similar that I've had my eye on. Check this out. Isn't that beautiful? This is, let me take it out of the plastic. This is my copy. take this out so you can see it. It is a stunner. F. Delhomme, 1873, a French alphabet sampler, reproduced by Shakespeare's Peddler. Look at that. Look at it. It is so beautiful. I love the border and the fact that it has these two scenes on it. That's the Le Loup et l'Agneau and Le Renard et le Corbeau, which is the fox and the crow, and then the loup, that's the wolf. The wolf, oh, the sheep and the wolf. The sheep and the wolf and the fox and the crow. Pardon my terrible French pronunciation. But these alphabets, look at those alphabets and the delicate, delicate border. It's so beautiful. And is that, there's little scenes here. Oh my goodness, I'm pretty sure that's like 1/1. Maybe? I think there's some, oh, it's tiny. There's a little man here at the end of the, oh, wrong glasses. Let's see, here we go. That's better. See the little scene with the train? Look at that. And then over on this side, there's a little boat and a train with steam coming out of it. I thought this was a little lady in like a dress to match the man over on this side, but it's not. I think it's hard to tell what it's supposed to be. Oh, it's so sweet. I just love it. Just love it. Gorgeous. I don't know when I'm going to start it, but this is definitely this is a year 50 for 50 worthy start this year, I think. So yeah, speaking of that, I now have had 7 finishes this year so far. I've managed to have, I've managed to have one finish a week ever since the beginning of January. And I think that is now probably going to slow down a little bit. I might be able to finish my second sock by, no, this is the wrong book. Stand by. I might be able to finish my second sampler striped timber sock by the end of the weekend, this coming weekend, but I'm not sure. And I've got a lot going on this week, so I'm not going to put any pressure on myself. Stitching is supposed to be fun. So just because I have had to finish every week, I just don't think I can quite pull it off this week. So this is the week we're going to break the streak, and that is okay because I'm pretty pleased with what I've done. So I'm going away next week. I haven't told you guys this yet, but I'm actually taking a week off of work next week, and I am going to be spending the week with my daughter Sarah, who is working down in the States. I'm not going to tell you where I'm going just yet. Excuse me. I'm going to save it as a surprise because I am going to do a video, maybe even 2 videos next week, but at least one where I'll share where I am and a little bit of what I'm doing down there. The majority of my week is going to be spent with my daughter, but she does still have to work during the day, so I will have a little bit of time during the day. But I'm so excited because she's been working. She's been, you know, away from home for so much. I miss her, and I'm excited to spend the week with her. So it's just me. John and Nicholas are, of course, staying here. John's going to be taking care of Luna at home. She won't be coming to the workshop every day. And so it's, I'm quite excited about it. And I'm really excited to share with you where I'm going to be because I am managing to squeeze in a visit to a needlework shop. So I'll share more about that next week. Keep it as a surprise until I go. But I'm so excited. I'm so excited, you guys. Okay. So I have had 7 finishes, and I'm just looking at my notes for my starts. I have been keeping track of my starts and my finishes. I think I've had 2 other starts that I haven't written down yet. Did I turn the page yet? No, I didn't. So there are, I haven't put my Salentine start in here, and I didn't put the egg collector, which is the Teresa Kogut chart that I just started last week. I haven't put those in here yet. And I haven't put my new finish in here yet. Actually, I'm way behind. Darling Starling. Have I only finished 6 things? How's that possible? My notes say that I've only finished 6 things, and I was pretty sure I'd finished 7 things. Oh dear. I only finished 6 things. Doesn't seem nearly as impressive as 7, but it's still pretty impressive. I'll still take it. Okay, but I am gonna have to check my notes. Okay, so I will not be finishing something this weekend, but that's okay. The piece that I wanna bring back into rotation until it's done, and I'm gonna put it on my downstairs floor frame, and it's gonna stay there until it is done, is Amtrak by Sampler Cove. So let me get it. Most of you who have been here for a while, who know me well, you've seen this piece 100 times. Now's the time. Now's the time. Just like I said, I wasn't going to take the Honey Thief off my frame until it was done. Amtrak is going on my floor frame that's downstairs at home, and it's not coming off until it's done. So let me go grab it, because it is actually here at the workshop. I have to pack it up and take it home. So let me go grab it so I can show you. Okay, you know what else I found in there? Well, I was hunting for Amtrak. I forgot, I have my empty scroll rods that had Helsingland Blommer on it. I actually just cut it. I used my rotary cutter and I cut it right off the scroll rods because I was in too much of a hurry to show it off that I didn't want to take the time to unpick the fabric from the scroll rods, so I sliced it off with my rotary cutter. So I still have to unpick the extra fabric from my scroll rods, but when I do, I have a free pair. And you know, one can't have a free pair of scroll rods with no project on it. That just won't do. So I'm gonna have to see what I need to put on there. Okay, are you ready? If you've never seen Amtrak, you are in for a treat. So here we go. You guys, I have to finish this. Okay, so there it is. I know, it is one of my oldest whips. In fact, it is my oldest whip that is closest to completion. That's so huge. It's one of my biggest whips that's closest to completion and is the oldest. And all I have to do is finish this little corner here and then one more band all the way across the bottom. You know, so it looks like this, right? There's four corners, so you can see that these corners are missing down here. So I have to add those in. It's a lot of stitching still to do, but I really want this piece to be done. I want it to be done. I want it to be, it's so special. I want it framed and on my wall. I want to enjoy it. So it's going on my floor stand. I'm going to try and work on it every day at home in the evening. For even if I only have 5 minutes, I want to try to put a few stitches in every day. I sit downstairs every night with my family. That's where the floor frame is. So surely I can finish this, but I'm not going to finish it by Sunday. So let me show you the chart cover photo. It's not a very good cover photo, just telling you. It's a bit blurry. So, and in fact, I think I stitched it this way. I considered that my top. Focus, there you go. So you can see, needs to be square, right? Okay, so details on my fabric and floss. It's gonna need a good lint rolling when I'm done. So this is a 25 count even weave. 25 count even weave, 1 strand of silk floss over 1, and I'm using 3 Vicki Clayton silks. These are super old, from like 2012. even 2010, maybe, I don't know. A lot of my old original stash, I spent a lot of money in those years back then. I don't regret a single purchase. So let's see, my red, now I know Vicki Clayton has been dyeing again for a while. I'm assuming she has these colors still. I'm not sure, but again, this is super old. This is from 2010. She had the dates on her silk cards. So this is, the red is OMG Red 1149. OMG Red 1149. Let's get that to focus. There we go. That was the red. And then the gray and the blue came on these little spools. So the blue, oh, another phone call. That was my event coordinator for Stitch North. We were just confirming if you're coming to Stitch North in April, and if you haven't booked your room, the rooms for weekend 1, the rest of the rooms that were available on the block have now been released back into the regular hotel availability. If you haven't booked a hotel room for weekend 1 at Stitch North and you would still like the room rate, you just have to call the hotel and ask to speak to the front desk, and Michelle says that they will still honor that price. For weekend 2, I think there are only 3 or 4 rooms left. So in case you're coming to Stitch North, which is just in a few months, I can hardly believe it. Okay, I was right in the middle of showing you the floss. Luna's right beside me here. Yes, you're a good girl. She's trying to tell me that it's time to take a little recess break, but let's show you this floss first. The gray is called Night Smoke 5309. Night Smoke 5309. There we go. And that's the color. Again, keeping in mind, this is super old. And then the blue is called Steelies. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, it's beautiful. Steelies. It would help if I put it so that you could actually read it. You can see there's a number there as well. So that is the floss that I'm using. It's super old. I have been working on this project for years and years and years. So it really is time. It's time. The time has come to finish Amtrak. And now the time has come to take Luna outside. So you guys, I have a feeling that's all the time I'm going to have today to record. I still have a lot of emails to get through. Hannah is off this week. She is busy preparing for her opera performance. For those of you who know and love Hannah, you'll know that she is working towards her doctorate at our local university here in vocal performance. She is involved in their production, their opera production this season. So if you are local and you're interested in going to see her performances, she is singing, it's Friday, March the 8th. And then Sunday, March the 10th. Those are the 2 dates. If you're interested and you're local and you want to go, I'm probably going to go on the, well, I'm not sure. I'm going to go to one or the other. But she's not singing in all of the performances. So if you want to go, it's a Britain opera, so it is in English. But if you want more details, just send us an email and I'll get you more details in case you want to grab a ticket and come and watch the opera. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. She's been working so hard. So she's off this week. They are running rehearsals all this week. So I've been getting a few extra emails in my inbox that normally Hannah manages, you know, in her day-to-day job. I think she's going to be checking in a few times this week, but from home. She won't actually be coming into the workshop. Okay, that's enough. So I better scoot and I will see you. I'm going to be recording a floss tube video with Carrie on Thursday. That's going to be over on our workshop channel, which is Evertote Notes from the Workshop. and we're going to be recording that just a regular floss tube video update on Thursday, and then I'll be back on this channel here on Friday with my Salentine update. So I didn't tell you what my plans were for my stitching, did I? So I'm going to work towards those 2 reindeer, and then of course there's only one way to go. That's up, right? So where the heck did my chart go? Whoops, there it is. So what I need to do is I need to fill in the border as I go. I don't want to leave it all to the end. So I'm going to fill in the border up until this part of the bottom of the heart, and then I'm going to start to work on these 2 corner motifs. So however many daily stitches I need to get done, I'm working on these 2 triangles and these 2 reindeer in between now and Friday. Aiming for 230 stitches per day, seeing how far I get. So I will see you on Friday. I'm also posting daily updates on my Instagram, which is at Evertotes, and I'm posting those updates in my stories. So yeah, let's stitch. Have a great few days, everybody. Take care. Happy stitching, and I'll see you in a few days.